Hello everyone, this is Frugal Panda here with a walking tour review of Central City, Colorado. Central City, Colorado is a small town of actually the population is not 65. They've a lot of people have moved there, so now they're up to like 779 people actually live in the city. It's located in Gilpin County. It's a historic mining settlement. It was founded in 1859. So we came up here, believe it or not, we don't live that far from, excuse me, we do not live that far from there, maybe an hour and a half maybe away, but we have not ever been up here. We're not big gamblers. Even when I was going to the Pacific Northwest, I didn't actually go gambling. I saw a couple casinos, and some of the gas stations I went into actually had slot machines and everything in them. So this time we went up here. I wasn't really big into gambling, but I said, let's go check it out because I also heard this was a pretty cool little city. It was founded in 1859. Also, we drove the Nissan Ariya, the electric EUV, up there, and there were so many chargers. There's plenty of chargers up here. In the beginning of the video, you saw like a picture of like an elevator door. That was one of the examples of the casinos. We pulled into the free parking lot underneath and plugged into the chargers, which were open. They are slow chargers, which makes sense. They don't want you charging up super fast and like leaving. So anyway, we got here with like 40% or so. We hung out here for a couple hours, did some mining and everything like that. Mining. We did some gambling while we were here. And by the time we got done after 3 or 4 hours, probably about closer to 3 hours, we had 77% charge, and it cost me $3.14. So yeah, it was cool. So now we're just walking around. It was a chilly day, pretty windy actually, but probably in the 40s I would guess here. But the wind probably made it a little colder. Regardless, still a beautiful day. Check out the cars that were down in the ravine or on the embankment. So we're walking around. They keep the sidewalks very clear. They keep the roads very clear here because it also is very hilly. And if you didn't keep them clear, literally people would probably slide down into each other. Everybody was fine. It was real nice here. We got a bite to eat, as you saw in the beginning. Right before we started walking, we stopped in one of the casino we were at, where the car was parked, and we got a bite to eat. It was a fair price. It was a good price. People serving us were real nice. Looks like they were locals. Also, there's a free shuttle that runs between here and Blackhawk. There is 6 casinos in actually Central City as well. So there was plenty of casinos here. We stopped into just one of them. Honestly, and we walked all around, and then we ultimately ended back at the casino where the car was parked. So we went in there and got us a coffee and warmed up a little bit, and then we started gambling. My budget was $100. I think I spent 80 because one of the times I won like $40. I had no intentions of winning anything. But what I like is they have penny machines, 5-cent machine, nickels machines, $100 machines. Of course, I'm pretty frugal. I stuck with the 1 cent and the 5 cent, and I think on one of the 5 cents I won like $40 or $37 or so it was, I believe. So that was pretty cool. And also within Central City, there's other things to do besides gamble. As you can see, there's so much old architecture here, and I really like that a lot of the old buildings are still standing. They're historical houses. You'll see us walk through just some of the neighborhoods here. This is not a huge city or anything, but it's a really good size. It has everything, and their downtown is like really cool. Everything about it is pretty cool that I really like. They also have here the Central City Opera House. There's the Gilpin History Museum is here. You can book a tour there. Of course, there's the casinos, and then of course this is Colorado, so there's many outdoor adventures here. Clear Creek Canyon is located not too far from here, and that's 8,000 feet in elevation, where people do rock climbing, whitewater rafting. Chase Reservoirs there is here, a lot of water recreation. Of course, there's tons of hiking and biking. There's also the Oakwell Beer Spa. I wish I'd known about it when we went this last time. We would have checked it out. And actually, we wouldn't have because we actually stopped before we went here, which I didn't get any footage because we go there all the time, is we went to the hot springs in another city, and we hung out there and relaxed for a while before we came up here, and that was actually really great to do, great and refreshing. So that's Colorado for you. There's lots of things to do here. The casinos, many of them also, a couple of them at least have hotels as well, or you can go to Black Hawk and get a hotel. Like I said, there's a shuttle that runs in between them. I can't tell you much about Black Hawk yet. That's going to be a plan for the future, is to go check out Black Hawk. But like I said, I've lived in Colorado 20 some years, but I'm just not a big gambler, so I didn't really care to come up here. But now that I have been up here, it's not necessarily gambling as much while I'm here. Of course, I would do it on a strict budget, but I just like the architecture and everything about it, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, as we walked around here, we were amazed by the architecture here. It was a good wintry day, nice, beautiful wintry day with the sunny weather. Um, you can see it's a little bit of clouds, but for most part, it was sunny the whole day. Like I said, if you're walking around here, they're really good about keeping the roads clear as well as the sidewalks. And of course, you keep the roads clear, especially coming up here. They make most of their revenue, of course, off of casinos. So you need to be able to drive up here and make it up here without getting stuck. So they want to keep those roads open for you. Don't try speeding into town. Police are waiting right outside, or the sheriff's waiting to catch you, because you shouldn't really be speeding into these small towns like that anyway. Everyone was pretty cool. We said, oh wow, these are really cute houses. But then sometimes I think when I come up to these areas with the casinos comes other things as well. So like there was another person here who had a Nissan Aria, and it looks like they had just got it. And they were parked in the middle of the street. And how the street was here, if they park in certain area, a certain way on some of these streets, you can't get by them. And so they were parked, and she had the hood up. And so I have an Aria too. And I said, "Are you okay?" Because they still had temp tags. I'm like, "Do they even know how to use it? Because why you got the hood up? What are you going to do?" And someone was behind them, and they were like, "Oh no, we're broke down. We're going to be here for a long time." And they were lying. I don't know what they were doing, but she was just being. It wasn't cool, because the people that were behind them couldn't go any further, so they had to back up out of the road and everything like that. And I'm like, dude, this. And sometimes, I was thinking, living in these casino towns like this, you also got to deal with a lot of jerks, and that was a jerk move by them. And of course, they had to be driving EV too, so you imagine what the people thought of them. But anyway, that wasn't. It just kind of irked me a little bit. But besides them, and they weren't, I'm sure, locals at all, because everyone else was really nice, and we ate here, we hung out, we walked around, we checked out a few shops. It was more so just getting out and about, and it was a really good decision to come up here, and we will come back here. I liked it enough, and to me, it's not about the casinos as much as there's the stuff to do, the cute downtowns, things like that. And plus, we want to check out Black Hawk. So yeah, but if you're taking an EV, it was no problem taking an EV. A regular car, of course, it's no problem. And so many historic buildings here as well. So, and also they have shuttles that will run to from Denver. I'm pretty sure there's different companies that run shuttles that will come up here. The day we came up here, as you can see, there's not that many people. We got up here fairly early, right around lunchtime. This was probably on was it a Thursday? No, it was probably Thursday or Friday. We came up here, and we came here so early there was hardly anybody here. It started filling up a little bit as we were leaving, and got here so early. But by the time we got home, our son was home from school, so he was probably just getting home at that time. So that's just to tell you, there's the Opera House right there if you're curious about it. But yeah, if you just walking around here was really nice. You get a little exercise too, because like I said, there's hills all over the place when you're walking around here. So you got a lot of hilly areas here. If you like water rafting and all that stuff and zip lining, they got all that stuff up here too as well. So I think that's pretty cool, but I'm not into that. And also, if you take the shuttle and you go to Black Hawk, Black Hawk has 18 casinos. So Black Hawk is even bigger than Central City. So remember, I said Central City has 6 casinos. Black Hawk has 18, and that's their sister city, I guess. So I was like, yeah. So, but the casino has also helped their towns boom, because for a long time, like Central City, it was a dying city, and then they brought in the casinos, and their population jumped back up quite a bit since then. And as I said, maybe I said it already, this was known as the richest square block on earth for the longest time, because there was money here and mining and everything. There was so much here. Right now, I'm walking past the county building. So that was the county building. I thought it was a school, like an old school, but it wasn't. It's actually the county building. Just walking down a little neighborhood right here. like I said, it was a great walking around here, checking out stuff. If you're curious, someone's curious to move into this area and stuff. So this is Gilpin County. This is going to be the Gilpin County School District is going to serve this area as well. Central City. So the district itself has one elementary school and one high school. And so if you're curious about it, and it's called the Gilpin County Elementary School and the Gilpin County Undivided High School is the name of them. So that's, if you're interested in the area, maybe you're moving here and you got kids, that's what it's about. But like I said, all the locals and everything, everyone was really nice. And if you're curious about the shuttles that run from Denver, if you want to like park your car in Denver and just come up here, because all this is walkable, by the way. The Ramblin' Express and the Ace Express coaches are the ones who provide transportation from Denver. We didn't take the shuttle. I like to drive, and then once you get here, you can take a free shuttle between the two towns as well. And that's the Black Hawk and Central City Tramway, which is free to take you in between them. So you want to do all the casinos you can, or if you're just a looky-loo like me and you like just going around and checking out stuff and eating, then you can do that too. So, that's a good thing. The average income in this area, immediate income for a household here is $30,000. For a family, it's like $31,000. So the cost of living, of course, in comparison to where I live, Denver, is very low. But the thing is, you got to find a job. And is there jobs out here? I'm sure there are, but it's, you just got to find a job. So, yeah, that's really cool to think about if you're thinking about coming out here. But besides that, it was peaceful, super safe. Saw the presence of the police or the sheriff's department in this area. Look, their bread and butter is casinos. They're not going to play here. So anybody here coming to start some trouble, they ain't going to have it. They'll take care of you pretty quickly and have you where you need to be, behind bars. So they're not going to have that. So it was super safe. These are historic houses, a lot of these. So a lot of these houses, even if you buy them, a lot of times they're part of a what they call it, a historic society, and you can only do certain things to them on the outside to make sure they keep their historic value, which is totally understandable because some people have horrible taste, so they would mess them up. Also, if you're bringing an RV or like a camper or something, there's a KOA here too. It's called the Denver West / Central City KOA. So there's that one as well. So, and I'm pretty sure I saw it when we were coming into town or on the way there, and you could see the RVs and everything from the highway and stuff. And it looked really nice and really clean because I do have a hard-sided camper. I just wouldn't use it coming up here personally because I don't live that far away like that. Other places in the area would be you can go check out Loveland, El Dorado, Springs, Netherlands. That's where they used to have the Frozen Dead guy. They moved, I think, all that to Estes Park. So you got all of that in the air that you can check out too. The whole area around Denver, in the mountains going out to outside of Denver, there's a lot of little cool towns, and a lot of people commute from Denver area to these little towns. Believe it or not, even though I said it took me an hour and a half to get here, I believe it was, people make that commute because, just an example, me trying to get to another side of town in Denver during rush hour could take me an hour. So depending on what type of job you have and how much they're paying you, you do it right, it ain't really no too much more than if you were driving in, traffic. So, but you see people coming back when we were leaving. You see a lot of people coming back, and clearly a lot of them were coming to come check out the casinos, but also a lot of them are coming from working in the city where there's a lot more money to be made. So, if the average income is 31,000 here and I get a job in, Denver or the northern Denver area, one of the northern suburbs, paying me 50, 60,000, that's quite a bit of money, So it might be worth it to drive. You just probably have your good car, and then you'd have your commuter car you'd probably have, so you don't put all those miles on it. But people do that all the time. It's normal. We plan to do it probably if we move, and we move to a smaller community as well. We liked this. We thought it was cool. We looked up the real estate. I'm not knocking anything about it. It'd probably be a cool spot for us to live, but we took into account the casinos, and I don't have nothing against casinos, and I know the people that live here are good people, but the problem is that you end up with sometimes jerks that come up to visit the casinos. Not everybody, just, you end up with some of them and drunkards and stuff like that. But also not just that, it's more of a northern city, and I don't want to live in a northern city because I don't want more snow, than anything like that. So that was one of the things, but we always look everywhere we go with like places, especially we like quaint little towns, and we like this little town. And we do. Could I come up here and work in the casinos as a retirement job? Sure. Yeah, I'm sure I could. But it just wasn't my thing. But I'll be back here. I liked it. I recommend going check it out in Central City. I have nothing bad to say about it. I think it was a great place. Go check it out. I think it's cool. I will be back. Anyways, this is Frugal Panda Travels. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good day. Bye.